What happened to businesses in the hood that were owned by blacks? What happened to black business? I'll tell you what happened. Gangs happened. Crack cocaine happened. Crime went through the roof in the black community. And black folks one day slowly just said, you know what? I can't live in this damn community and own a business because niggas are shooting themselves right in front of my business. They're coming to rob me. They're spray painting my walls all the time. No one wants to come to my store because it's right in the middle of the hood. So black businesses started leaving. The KKK didn't run them out of town on big old horses with hoods and stuff like that. No, that didn't happen. No. The skinheads didn't come from Orange County and say, better get out of here and get that business out of here, man. Nope, none of that happened. We are responsible for black businesses leaving the hood. There was once a time where you could walk down the street and every business was black. Now, no. Ain't happening. I wanted to chat with you guys a little bit about the city of Compton, a city that is near and dear to my heart. I love Compton. My best friend lived in Compton for years. I was over there almost every day. To this day, I still go to Compton. I have family in Compton. My aunt lives in Compton. Cousins. So I still visit Compton. And I think about how it used to be before I was even here. Back in the 60s and 70s and 80s, before demons entered our hood and we started taking each other's lives over a little white rocky bag. I thought of the Compton swap meet and how they, going back to businesses not being owned by black folks, I thought of the Compton swap meet and how the Compton swap meet capitalized off of black on black homicides in the hood. Specifically with Compton. Let's talk about Compton specifically and the Compton swap meet. I used to go to the Compton swap meet all the time. It was my favorite place. Whenever I got a little money, whenever I got a financial aid check, I didn't go spend it on books. No, I went to the Compton swap meet, got me a couple of outfits, maybe some shoes. I definitely got speakers, amplifiers, tweeters, all that stuff for my car. Because I was an N-word. I was. Like, I had my days. I was a nigga back in the day. I was an N-word. All right, so let's keep it real. I'm first to admit it. Those days are well behind me, but I was a nigga back then, and I was 20, 21, 22, 20. And the first time I get a little inkling of money, I'd go to the Compton swap meet. You look back now and you realize how they capitalized off of the blue team versus the red team. You know what I'm talking about. The C's versus the B's. Me and my co-host Lonzo Williams discussed this. Here is his take on the Compton swap meet.
Compton swap meet was a marketing miracle because it allows small businesses to set up shop in a big facility and have a lot of traffic.
The Compton swap meet was, when you think about it, it was a pretty cool idea. Hey, let's let these hundreds of vendors in this big open space sell their merchandise. Off top, it was a cool idea. The Compton swap meet. What is the history of the Compton swap meet before we discuss the present.
It was an old Sears building, and at some point in time, the Sears building closed down. It was closed for quite some time. Then in the 80s, they opened up as a swap meet. It was two problems with the swap meet people didn't realize.
There was two problems with the swap meet that people didn't realize. Let's break it down.
One, because it was so big and it was right there on Long Beach Boulevard. Everybody and his mama came to the swap meet. Crips, Bloods, SAs, Samoans, everybody.
Everyone came to the Compton swap meet. It was on Long Beach Boulevard, and I do believe, is it Bullis or Burris? One of those side streets. Smack dab in between a bunch of hoods, but definitely the Piru. Most people would say it's Piru territory. But everyone went there. You go to the Compton swap meet, and down one aisle, you see a person in all blue. Down one aisle, you see a person in all red. Down one aisle, you see a Southsider homie, and you're like, damn, I hope they don't bump into each other on the aisle when I'm coming down. So you get your shit. You know, you look around, you try to holler at the girls, maybe sit down and have a burrito for a bit. For the most part, I never had an issue at the Compton swap meet. But there were issues at the Compton swap meet. Don't get it twisted, because everybody shopped at the Compton swap meet.
So you had a gang melting pot. And one thing about the vendors at the swap meet, they catered to the gang. Whatever you needed, they had.
Yeah.
They started making jumpsuits out of the rags.
The little Korean lady said, hey, people keep coming in here and asking for a blue rag. All right. Well, first of all, I'm going to get a bunch of blue rags. I'm going to sell them for a couple bucks each. All different color blue. Not just blue, though. Red rag. They're coming in here asking for rags. Handkerchiefs. In my country, we see them as handkerchiefs. Here, they wear them around their head and they shoot each other over them. Go figure. I'm going to make some money off of it, though. This is the owner speaking. So now they see people are buying the blue rags, buying the red rags, orange rag, whatever color rag. Then someone got the bright idea to make uniforms out of the rag, to make house shoes out of the rag.
Whatever you needed, they had.
Yeah.
They started making jumpsuits out of the rags. The shoes, whatever you wanted, Crip Blood, whatever, they had your uniforms. No disrespect. I got to say, they had your uniforms.
No matter what you needed, the Compton Swap Meet was the one-stop shop for that. Oh, you wanted a hat with some lettering that says your hood on it? Got you. Aisle 17. You need some baggy white t-shirts and some Dickies and high white socks? Oh, we got you right there. Aisle 33. Mr. Chin. They had it all. They saw what their clientele was, and they capitalized off of it. Damn. Now, let's think about that. If, hypothetically, if black businesses did exist in the hood and Compton Swap Meet was all black, would we do that to our own people? Oh, I bet we would. No doubt about it, we would. Are you kidding me? We're the number one people that harm us. Of course we would. For $1? Heck yeah, we would. We'd sell out our own brother for $1, man. So that's what I'm saying. The Koreans and they're doing what we would do ourselves. So we can't hate on them. But for whatever reason, we hated on them. We went and bought from them. We got the wigs, girl. My girl got her braid. Man, we got braids. Everything you need. Magic shave. From the Korean homies. But they were selling stuff that got us, people like us, taken out on the streets. When someone sees that blue rag, they're popping at them. When someone sees that red jumpsuit, they're popping at them. But they'll keep selling it. Would we do the same? In hypothetical world, if all those businesses in the Compton Swap Meet were black, would we do the same to us? I say, hell Yes, we would. Comment down below. What do you think? But let's keep going with Lonzo Williams discussing the Compton swap meet. We're breaking it down so nicely.
No disrespect. I got to say this. Everybody make your money, but you got to understand the chain of command when it comes to money. The Black and Brown brothers of the CPT were taking penitentiary chances to go spend the money with the Koreans.
The Black and Brown brothers in the CPT, city of Compton, were taking penitentiary chances. And what? And what?
To go spend the money with the Koreans.
Taking penitentiary chances to go spend money with the Koreans. Once again, can't hate on them. Get your money. Because we do the same thing to our people. Any of the Korean homies listening right now, don't think I'm dissing you, because trust me, my people, we would do the same thing to our people. It's just y'all got in and you found the market and you found the connections and you made it happen. Because we had left already. We left because the crime was going through the roof. The gangs was going through the roof. The dope selling was going through the roof. So we left. Black folks, we moved to Lancaster, Palmdale, Ontario, Moreno Valley, San Bernardino, Fontana. And guess what happened? We turned them into fucking LA. God damn it. We turned Redlands into damn LA, man. Fucking Corona. How did we do that? Because that's what we do. We take the bullshit elsewhere. But that's a whole other story for a whole other day. Today we're talking about the Compton swap meet.
And they sold them everything. All the dope money they made, they got it one way or another.
All the dope money that was made in the 80s, because there was a lot of dope money made in the 80s. A lot. Brothers in the hood had a lot of money. Dope was running rampant and money was running rampant. And where's the first place we went to? The Compton swap meet. Who benefited the most out of the whole crack era of the early 80s? It wasn't us. We were the ones playing the game, but we didn't benefit one bit. Everyone else did. White folks got jobs in the court. They got jobs as sheriffs. They got jobs as agents. Asian folks moved in. Said, oh, there's a market there. I'm going to sell to them. They sold fake handguns at the Compton swap meet. They had a little orange thing at the tip, but if you covered that orange tip, it looked like a real 9mm. It looked exactly like a revolver. If you took the tip off or if you covered it up, and guess what people were doing? They were filing them off or painting them black, and they were going out and committing crimes from a fake gun that they got at the Compton swap meet from some little Asian lady. But once again, we would do the exact same thing to our own people. Don't let it twist it. We would sell our own brother. If we own the business, we would sell him that fake gun also. We can't hate on the Asians because they came in and swooped it up.
They got it through the swap meet. They got it through the liquor store. They got it through chicken. You can't buy a chicken wing from a black man in Compton. The economic.
He said you can't buy a chicken wing from a black man in Compton. They came and cornered the chicken market. Go to a Louisiana chicken right now. Go today. I still enjoy a little Louisiana chicken every once in a while. As I get older, I got to watch my blood pressure and stuff like that, so I don't eat there as much as I used to. But I love, I love Louisiana over KFC, over a lot of other chicken spots. And randomly, I'll go into a Louisiana chicken, and I'll just give me a couple of drumsticks, fries or something simple. Who's behind the counter selling Louisiana style chicken? It ain't ain't nobody from Louisiana. Ain't no Creole brother back there. Ain't no black dude. No siree. We know who's back there. I challenge you all to go to 10 Louisiana chickens, if there's even that many. They're slowly shutting down because, yes, the food is bad for you. But I go into 10, and I guarantee 9 of them are going. I'll say 10. All 10 of them are going to have someone behind the counter who doesn't look like you. And I'm not hating. I'm just speaking facts.
The swap meet, they got it through the liquor store. They got it through chicken. You can't buy a chicken wing from a black man in Compton. The economics of the hood changed because we during the 80s when it was a lot of money, because every brothers were spending money. Brothers were making money. Okay. They were spending money.
A lot of money.
Swap meet had your jewelry, had your sounds. You can get tires, you can get rims, you can speaker boxes, you can buy your music. That became the spot for the community. But the only problem was, again, you got brothers out here taking penitentiary chances to get the money, only for it to leave the community in one fell swoop.
Only for it to leave the community in one fell swoop. $500 right here I just made today from selling dope. Now I'm going to go put it in that other community over there. I would almost applaud selling dope if you are going to keep the money in your community. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds deranged. But I would almost applaud selling dope and profiting off of it if you were going to spend the money in your community. But once again, we don't even have a community. Show me a community in Los Angeles, a black community. Show me a black community in Los Angeles. I can only speak for LA. I can't speak for Atlanta. I know Atlanta has a lot. I know Philadelphia. I know there are other areas that probably, I don't even know, but it probably have black communities where every shop that you walk down a major street is owned by a black person. But I guarantee that's not in LA. Guarantee it's not in LA. You show me a town where it's the majority of black businesses in one area and everyone's supporting everyone like a community does. And I will go there and buy something from each and every one of those vendors. But I can't because there isn't any.
Okay. And that was a part of the economics that most people didn't realize that's still very prominent in the black community.
That's the part of the economics they didn't understand when they started the Compton Swap Meet. When they brought in the Compton Swap Meet, they did not fast forward 10 years from now, and it was going to be nothing but others, once again, I'm saying that respectfully, selling stuff to black and brown folks. A lot of stuff that's not positive. Oh, they didn't think about that. I don't know. Did they envision a bunch of black and Latinos coming in and saying, yeah, I would love to own a business here? Don't get me wrong. Of course, there were a few black businesses in the Compton Swap Meet. When I say a few, literally just a few. Excuse me. There was a Jamaican spot, a spot that was kind of like Bob Marley. They sold incense and shit. You guys, if you know the Compton Swap Meet, you know what I'm talking about. I can't even think of another black. Can someone help me out in the Compton Swap Meet in the 90s and even going into the 2000s when they closed down? I literally can only think of one black business. I'm sorry. That's all I can think of because that's probably all there is. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think about the history of the Compton Swap Meet? Do you think it was a good thing, a bad thing? The Compton Swap Meet eventually closed its doors. It was doing hard time. I would go towards the end. I would go to the Compton Swap Meet, and there was 8 people in the whole swap meet, and there's a lot of. But because the age of the internet came, and you can get everything on the internet now, you didn't have to go risk getting shot at the Compton Swap Meet to pick up a Raider hat. You could get a Raider hat on Amazon. So that got rid of the Compton Swap Meet. It's gone, but it has a very interesting history, and I could still smell it. Like I said, as a kid, I enjoyed the Compton Swap Meet. It's actually bringing back memories. Bringing back a lot of memories. But comment down below. Do you think the Compton Swap Meet was a good thing or a bad thing? Comment down below. Do black people have a community in Los Angeles? Is there a community in Los Angeles where I can walk down the street and I could support a black baker? I could support a black tailor. I could support a black liquor store owner. There was back in 1972, but now not anymore. And it's our doing. The KK didn't come in on their big old 8 horses and their hoods, and they didn't come in and say, you N-words, get out of town. We don't want no business owners here. Nope. It wasn't them. The skinheads didn't come from Orange County and say, hey, now y'all better get out of here, you black business owner. No, it was us. It was our own undoing. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Compton was once a great city. And I'm not saying it's not a great city today. A lot of great people come from the city of Compton. I know a lot of great people. My mentor comes from the city of Compton. One of my best friends in the whole wide world, Alonzo Williams, comes from the city of Compton. People I grew up with, father figures I know. Mr. Barnett, city of Compton. Come to think of it, Mr. Barnett was the only, now that I think about it, Mr. Barnett was the only black father, was the only father on the block. Damn. Mr. Barnett was the only father figure amongst a group of my friends of about 10 to 12 people. Damn. Woo. Shout out Mr. Barnett, man. I'll tell some stories about Mr. Barnett in the near future. But Mr. Barnett was my best friend, Camille, who's still my best friend to this day. 30 plus years. Mr. Barnett was the only guy who gave us advice because we didn't have any father figures. Mr. Barnett was the only guy who told us, hey, get your dumb ass over. Pull your fucking pants up and stop talking like an N-word. Take that damn rag out of your pocket. Like, he was the only one who did what our fathers should have been doing. But unfortunately, my father wasn't there as a child. And most of my black friends didn't have a father figure in the house. Like, literally 9 out of 10 of us didn't have a father figure. That's real. But you rewind once again, going back to the 1970s, and 9 out of 10 black fathers were in the home. What the hell happened within a span of 30 years? The Democrats did it, man. They offered you all this money and free and free welfare and programs and services, but you can't get it unless you can't have a man in the house. No. Oh, we'll give you all this money. Look, all this is waiting for you. A couple grand, this is all waiting for you. But yeah, Tyrone, he has to exit the house. Yeah. So now black women are looking at the black man and they're like, Instead of, back in the day, they would try to solve the problems. I got some in my eye. Back in the day, they would try to solve the problems. Now, she kicks him out. The Democrats ruined the black family. Let's keep it real. If you don't know that history, you need to go down that path. Democrats pretend they like you. They pretend they love you. But they give you things so that you become dependent on them. And now the government is your baby daddy. That's what they want. And that's why I've never been into, as an adult, once I understood what their plan was, I was like, I can never vote for these people ever again. And I'm going to stick to that. And that's why I'm rolling with Trump. And you people are so upset, man. You're still upset. You don't realize that Trump is the best choice we could have had. We dodged a bullet by not having Kamala Harris as our current president right now. Trump is the most pro-woman president in history. Dusty Vision. He talks about grabbing women by the hoo-ha. How could you say that? No. Let's think about this from a logical standpoint, from a common sense standpoint. Donald Trump is the most pro-woman president in history. I'm going to discuss a touchy subject. But just know that I legit have no problem with the community that I'm going to be discussing tonight. I have no issue with anyone in the rainbow community, especially the T part of the rainbow community. And you got to talk like you're speaking to fifth graders on YouTube because they take everything and it becomes speech and you don't want to get into trouble. But all I'm going to say is I respect the T community. I have no issue with the T community. I grew up in Long Beach, California. If you don't know, now you know Long Beach is acceptance of almost everything. Pretty much everything. I'm not going to say almost everything. Long Beach is a very accepting city, and that's what I grew up in, around. So I grew up to respect and understand that, hey, sometime you may not feel like, or some people may not feel like they are the person that we see on the outside. They want to change that. I don't care if you are over 18 and you want to chop off your hot dog and change your name from Chris to Christina. I don't care. If you're over 18, I literally don't care. I have no issue with that. You're not bothering me. I don't give a damn. Whatever. If it makes you happy, cool. I don't think a person under the age of 18 should be allowed to chop off their hot dog or be encouraged to by passing laws that give them access to beauty blockers or hormone treatments, things like that. And not being obligated to get their parents' consent before they do so. I'm not okay with that. That is crazy to me. I don't find it okay that a person under 18 can't buy a pack of cigarettes, but they can chop off their hot dog without telling their parents. I'm not okay with that. And that doesn't mean I dislike the T's. Cool with the T's. I know some T's in my life. I'm cool. I don't give a damn. Do your thing, Christina. But I don't think a person under 18 should be able to do certain things that may affect them, not may, will affect them for the rest of their life. Think about all the dumb things we wanted to do when we were 15. I wanted to get a tattoo on my neck when I was 15. I'm so glad I didn't. Someone talked me out. How stupid would I look right now with the Felix the Cat tattoo on my neck? And I'm not comparing how a person feels inside to getting a tattoo, but I think it's a pretty good analogy. It's a pretty good comparison, right? We all did dumb things when we're 15. Now let's just think about how many people, and check the numbers. The regret ratio is very high of people who've cut their hot dogs off, and then a few years later, they regret cutting that hot dog. And then all the mental stuff comes in because... That being said, did you guys see Donald Trump get in the heated clash with the governor of Maine, who wants the T's to be able to play in sports even if they were not born as the same? See how you have to talk on YouTube? It's so silly. Screw all that. You guys get what I'm trying to goddamn say. So here's Trump going after the governor of Maine. Here we go.
Is the Maine here, the governor of Maine?
Down here,
Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal laws.
We are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state, good, I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics.
Trump is a gangster, by the way. Shit like that. Why I like that guy. Trump is a gangster, by the way. But look, once again, now let's break it down to something else. And once again, I have no problem with the T's. Shout out to the T's. No problem with you. Christina, do your thing. But I don't believe that if one day I wanted to join the women's boxing league, I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there, that I should be able to. I and most people born like me, we were physically stronger. Yes, there are women that can whoop my motherfucking natural ass. But for the most part, I'm physically stronger than most women. I don't think it's right that I should be able to join a sport and just go over there and whoop ass. And that's what was happening. We saw it the last couple years. Dude's coming in benching 5,000, breaking the record by 700%. So that doesn't mean I have any ill will. Like I said, do your thing. If you feel like you were born in a body that you don't feel like you belong in, and you want to do something to change that, and you're over 18, I have no problem with that. I'll hang out with you. I'll have a beer with you, Christina. Let's chill. Talk to me. I'll have you on my show. I want to interview you. Let's chill. I'm cool. I have people like that in my life. I know people like that in my life. Once again, I'm very open to what people want to do. Do your damn thing. I vote a different way now when it comes to I'm socially liberal, fiscally conservative. I vote based on my dollar. When I vote, I'm not thinking about all these issues, these other issues. Usually that has nothing to do with anything. But it did scare me that we were going down a route that I just didn't feel was right. But I don't know. Comment down below. What do you think? I know I had to tiptoe around this touchy subject because it's so touchy. But I truly believe Donald Trump is the most pro-woman president in history. Yeah, he likes to, pinch women in the cooter or talk about pinching women in the cooter, in the Kit Kat. But when it comes down to it, I think he has women's backs. Just my opinion. What do you guys think? Comment down below. And please, hit that like button if you haven't already. And if this is your first time joining the channel and you like what you hear, please hit that subscribe button.